Thanks for tuning in. This is a SilverScreen analysis. Let's talk about Daddy's Home. Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell are back together again, and this time they are facing off in a battle of best father. Daddy's Home is directed by Sean Anders. It stars Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, and Linda Cardellini. So in this one, Ferrell plays Brad Whitaker, a common guy who has found the love of his life and made that dedication to being the best stepfather he can be to her two children. After finally cracking through their defenses and finally being accepted into the family, this tranquility is short-lived when they get a call that will change everything. The kid's biological father, Dusty Mayron, played by Wahlberg, is coming to town. He's rugged, manly, and everything Whitaker simply isn't, something he quickly realizes when Dusty comes to stay with him for a while and the competition for best dad begins. Ferrell and Wahlberg hope to build on that strong chemistry they showed in The Other Guys, and the plausible premise of this storyline actually had some potential for some naturally amusing comedy. I will admit this one was much funnier than I expected. You pretty much know what you'll get from Ferrell, and then again this one he delivers that trademark persona, but it was Wahlberg that surprised me by carrying a lot of the comedic weight of this script on his shoulders. I will admit his comical performances are not my favorite, but unlike the Ted films, in this one he ditches the annoyingly dumb personality and gave this character some life with a mix of his action persona and his comical one, and the balance he found was great and was what made this film work better than many of the other comedic duos we see filling theaters on a yearly basis. And with a naturally funny premise, the writing was given some relief from having to generate all the comedy on its own. There were certainly enough great lines though, and there was also some cheesy as shit ones too, but it's to be expected in the genre. But over the course of this film, much more of the comedy does land successfully than, of course, the common collection of moments that are clearly forced. You can overlook them, though, for all the laughs that this film gives. The premise alone was able to create some naturally funny scenarios, and the writing was able to play off them well to give this film an enjoyable balance of laughs overall. The laughs are surprisingly frequent, and it was fun to sit back and enjoy this movie, watching these guys battle out over who the best dad would be, as they both pretty much tried outdoing each other over the course of the entire story. The chemistry of Ferrell and Wahlberg was excellent once again, and their back and forth were much more amusing than expected. There was a nice addition of some fun side characters to help fill the time as well. Bobby Cannavale, Thomas Hayden Church, Hannibal Buress were all fun additions to this film. They each had their moments to add some comedic efforts to this movie. Linda Cardellini had some funny moments, and the performances by the two child actors were very good as well. This film was able to keep a nice pace with some good sight gags, strong physical humor, some strong laughable one-liners to add to the naturally amusing scenarios. There's plenty going on to keep there from being that common lull in energy that we often see late in the second act of many comedies like this, but in the end, this was just a fun, entertaining story, and I'm going to have to give Daddy's Home a B. I laughed much more than expected and was surprised to see this one hold my attention throughout. The laughs were relatively clean. It didn't have to rely on crude humor and raunchy comedy to make it fun. And once again, Wahlberg and Ferrell are great together. They continue to show that they have some chemistry with one another on screen, and they definitely make this film worth a watch. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review of Daddy's Home. If you did check this film out, let me know what you thought below. I'm Anthony. This is a SilverScreen analysis, and we'll see you next time.